Hey, I'm Teacher Tiffany, and I'm going to teach you some new English words and expressions. Now, all of the words and expressions that you are going to learn today come from today's episode of the Speak English with Tiffany podcast. So, after you learn the words and expressions, remember to click the link in the description to listen to the podcast episode for today. All right, let's jump right in. Our first word is right here. The first word is reside. That R can be tricky. I know. Again, after me, reside. Excellent. Now, reside means to live in a location. That's right. So you can ask someone, hey, where do you reside? Where does he reside? I reside in Maryland. That's where I'm from and that's where I live. So again, reside. Excellent. Again, it just means to live in a location. Now, let's keep going and go on to our next one. Now, this next one is very useful, extremely useful. Grapple with. I know the pronunciation can be tricky sometimes, but again, after me, grapple with. Excellent. All right. Now, this just means to have a hard time understanding or solving something. Think about a difficult concept that you were trying to understand. You were trying to grasp the meaning of. You were grappling with it. I remember when I was in school, high school and in college, I studied calculus. I studied calculus 1, 2, 3, and 4. Calculus is not easy. I love math, but calculus was a little bit tricky. So sometimes in class, our teacher would teach us some very difficult formulas and concepts. In those moments, I had to grapple with the new concepts. Yeah, you got it. You got it now, right? Excellent. So one more time, grapple with. Excellent. All right. Number 25, act reckless. Act reckless. Very good. Now, you heard me say number 25. Real quick, I'm actually looking at the PDF. So all of the words I'm teaching you, all of the expressions that I'm teaching you come from, again, today's podcast episode. But there are so many more words and expressions to learn, which is what I'm looking at right now. And if you want to join our family, all you have to do is go to weeklyenglishwords.com and you can learn all of the other words and expressions. There are video explanations there as well. So let's keep going. Act reckless. It means to act in a way that shows you do not care about the risk of danger or the consequences of your actions. So I want you to think about a high school boy, really popular boy, right? All the girls like him. All the boys want to be his friend. He thinks he's just the most popular, the best thing in the world, right? Now, this is the high school boy. So sometimes he makes bad decisions. Why? Because he's popular. Everybody likes him. He doesn't have a care in the world. And he actually decides to take his mother's car. And he's driving around. Now, he's young, so he doesn't really drive too well. And he starts to speed. And he drives out of control. His car flies out of control. Now, he's okay. But we can say, he was, again, what was it? Acting reckless. You caught it? Not really doing something responsible. Again, to act in a way that shows you do not care about the risk of danger. He didn't care about getting in an accident. He was just trying to be cool. Make sense? All right, good job. So, what was the first word we learned? Do you remember? Come on. I know you remember. To live in a place. Good job. Reside. Excellent. Now, what was the next thing we learned? Good job. Grapple with. Excellent. And finally, good job. Act reckless. Excellent job. So we learned 3 new words and expressions today. Remember, these words and expressions come from today's special podcast episode on the Speak English with Tiffany podcast. And also, if you want to learn more, that's right, 30 different words and expressions from today's podcast episode, all you have to do is go to weeklyenglishwords.com. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll talk to you next time.